Yo, what is up? So, we're gonna do some more horror work. I think we're gonna work on making our dude's jacket. Start on that. So, let's open this.
Not like the Flash at all. Some would say I'm the reverse.
Lord Kenny, what up, Lord Kenny? What you got going on? So I got that problem fixed. It was a dumbass reason why that shit was happening. A stupid reason why that shit was happening. Carrie, what's up, Lord Kenny? What up, what up? Not much, man. How about you? We just chilling. I think we're about to work on our jacket. How to make our jacket. Oh, I saw on the Discord? Yeah, man. For some reason, my export settings was breaking it. Although I changed nothing with my export settings. No idea why it was all of a sudden breaking it. Made 0 sense. I'm gonna move this guy. I think I like this guy over here. But move the alert. Hold on. Move the alert box over here. Yeah. Okay. But I got our boy in. He's in. I got some animations. Oh, that's something I could do real quick. Fix those animation sounds. This music is loud as hell. Hold on. That music loud? Yeah, that's quite odd. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Does that music sound loud to you, Lord Kitty? Sounds loud to me. Sounds okay to me? Okay, cool. So something I can do is go ahead and get rid of these footstep sounds. Because I don't need those. So let's do that. But what up? So did you decide to... Oh, you have bugs? Oh no, what are the bugs? What are the bugs? Yeah, I was just gonna say, did you decide to stick with your ARPG or did you decide to do something else? Clear. I decided to stick with it? Hell yeah. Yeah, you're just gonna try to like shrink it down a bit? It'll be relatively small, etc. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just try to make it smaller. Yeah, you could definitely do a smaller one. I've played a smaller indie ARPG before. So the bugs I'm having here is to do with player data using PlayFab. I have set some stats such as level, experience, and max experience to 1, 0, and 100. When I try and retrieve them in Unreal, it always returns 0 for all of them. So it's just like not grabbing the information at all, really. Weird. Are you using like C++ stuff for that? Yeah, pretty much. Weird. I wasn't. I was using blueprints. Sounds odd. I'm migrating all that code to C++ now, though. You think C++ might help it fix the issue? I know last time I did it all in C++, it worked fine. Yeah? Well, maybe C++ will fix the issue. Damn blueprints. There you go. Those footsteps sounds should be gone. There you go. Hell yeah. So I'm thinking we shouldn't have a jump, right? We don't really need a jump in a game like this, I don't think. Question? Sure. Probably not. Yeah, we probably don't need a jump. So let's just unplug it. Those are some nice animations for the character. Are the ones you made yourself? Nope, I snagged them. I snagged them from ALS, Advanced Locomotion System. Yep, I just snagged them and retargeted some of these. Oh yeah, yeah, these are good. They got good animations. I just don't like the way they have their code set up. So I just use their animations for some things. Yeah, they got good animations. I'm having a weird issue with the hair though. If you look at the hair, it'll kind of like vibrate every now and again. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, they look awesome. Oh, I see that. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the hair. I gotta figure out what is causing that. And there's also, if I get far, I mean, I don't think that's going to be a big deal because you're never going to be this far from the player's head, but you can kind of see it thin out. But I do remember doing some things to the hair on another project with the hair cards. Do I need to check, use hair cards maybe? See what that does. Maybe that changes something. Nope, already vibrating. Pretty sure that in certain situations, the little issues like that can cause slight performance issues too. You talking about like the weird like vibrating hair thing? V9 Plato, yo, what up? You fixed the problems from last night? I did. It was some dumbass export setting issues. For some reason, Blender or like Unreal Engine quit being cool with my export settings that I was using in Blender, which is weird because I didn't change anything with those. It just all of a sudden started breaking shit. No idea why. Joe, no? Do you think it's okay to make a game with ALS or a horror engine? I don't know why, but when I use them, I feel guilty because I didn't write the base of the code. You could. I personally, I don't like the code in ALS, so I just use it to snag animations. That's where I got these animations from. The code in there is like way too complicated for what it is. So I just use ALS for snagging the animations. Yep. I mean, you could always snag stuff from it and change things about it. That's what I would do. I've never used Horror Engine, but I've heard good things about it. Of course, yeah. It's fine. Trill, yeah, what's up, Trill? What you got going on? What up? You may not have written the base code, Jono, but you're the one putting everything together. Yeah, you're still putting in a hell of work. And you could, you know, it might not have everything that you need in it. You might still need to add things and stuff to it. Oh, nice. Making some progress. Yeah, I think we're going to work on our, jacket. Here, let me pull up the YouTube chat here. Let me go live chat. Scheme KOS, could it be upscaling because the hair issue? Can't see properly on my screen. Upscaling? Talking about like the screen size? Is that what you mean? I don't know what the hell is causing the hair to vibrate like that. I think if I just... Yeah, if I only walk forward, it doesn't do it. It only does it. It does it on all the animations except the walk forward animation. Well, I guess it kind of does it on the walk forward, but it's not as noticeable. Yeah, it is doing it on all of them. It's fine to use it, have fun with it, I say, yeah. And you could always look at the code and stuff and learn some things from it. I'm thinking about starting a different project. What are you thinking about starting? Been using Horror Engine and just messing around, and it's perfectly fine in my opinion because that's what it's there for. Save some time. Yeah, it'll save you hella time. Yeah, they wouldn't make packs like that if they weren't there to use. Yeah, I might have to do some Google and figure out what the hell is going on with his hair. Your character has a vibrator in his hair? Apparently. Here, let me hit Google real quick. See if I can find any answers on it. I don't think it's physics simulation because I'm using LOD4. Okay, I'm seeing a few different things. People are saying to tick off physics simulation. I don't think that's the issue because I'm not using physics, but there's another thing. Distance. Never distance call is something. When enabled, this object will not be called by distance. See if that does anything. I'm also learning how it's done when I need to edit code, so I'm having fun. Yeah, you could definitely learn stuff from using other packs too. There's some packs that I look at still to like see how shit's done. This gives me some perspective, because if I ran into your same problem right now, I would probably give up because I would think I'm spending way too much time. Hell no, you talking about this hair issue? Nah, man, ain't nothing take too much time. If it fixes the issue, it's worth digging into. Let's see if that changes anything. The never distance call thing. Nope, still there. Okay, so let's look at. Let's go into the hair asset. Physics, enable simulation. Let's turn that off. We don't need hair simulation. We're on LOD4 though, so it shouldn't be doing anything. Yeah, it's not. That's not what it is. Maybe we delete the binding and just connect it to his head. Could do something like that. Sounds good to me. Hell yeah. Thinking about getting some like platformer games done, since they're easy. Then I can use channel points for people to try them out. Yeah. I definitely recommend something like a platformer if you're really new to Unreal Engine, because they're easy. They're good learning projects. Have you published any games? I haven't. Yeah, sadly not. I will though. I can sell my games with channel points. Hell yeah, you could. So if you get a big, just write it down and move on. Till you want to deal with it. Yeah. Here, let me see. Upscaling techniques such as DLSS can cause visual artifacts and things like hair. I have no idea if UE5 uses upscaling as default. Could be wrong though, as I can't even see properly on my tiny screen. Yeah, I'm not using DLSS, and I don't think upscaling is done by default. Not that I'm aware of. Let's see though. Upscaling. No kind of upscaling. Nothing in there. Let's look at my rendering. I wonder if my renders, my TAA is causing it. We could look at that. Or maybe it could be a lumen thing. But let's look at, first let's look at this. I think by default it's temporal super resolution, so let's look at that one. It's still there on temporal super resolution. It's not that. So let's go back to that. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Probably do what? I'm thinking about just deleting the binding and attaching it to the head. Something tells me that would fix it. Because do we really need the binding? No. Let's get rid of the binding. See if this fixes it. Where'd our hair go? It's down there now. Let's see if we can fix the issue with this. And then we parent it to the head. And we just gotta fix where the hell it sits now. Uh, 90. That didn't change shit. 90. Why is that not changing anything? Is it because it's not compiled? What the hell? It refuses to rotate for some reason. Strange. What a lot of game devs do, if it works, they write down the bugs with it, and they move to the next part. Nice, get some neck hair going. I don't know why it's refusing to rotate. It's even refusing to rotate if we get rid of the parent. That's weird. Shouldn't do that. Let me go into here. Binding. What if I get rid of that binding right there? What the hell? It should just move. Let me reopen the third person blueprint. Yeah. I reopened the third person blueprint, now it'll move. Weird ass Unreal Engine bugs. Yep, now it rotates perfectly fine. Let me reparent that to the head. Then negative 90. Negative 120. Negative 150. Negative 160. Negative 157. It's pretty close. Let's just see if it does the vibrating thing. No vibrating, it's just in the bad a bad location. So yeah, something with that binding was causing it. Weird ass binding issue. Now let's just fix the location, cause that's not in the right spot. So let's go negative 158 or negative 156. Negative 155 needs to come back. Negative 1. Negative 156. Does that look like an okay spot? It's pretty good to me. Bro's bald spot is serious? Hell yeah, it was. What up, yeah? What you got going on? We don't grow hair on your head. Here, we grow hair on our necks. So let's make sure that vibrating thing is gone. Yep, completely gone. Completely gone. So if I get rid of the binding and just parent it to the head, it doesn't do that weird ass vibrating thing. So weird because, like, You're actually recommended to do binding and not do it this way. But with binding, we're having some weird issues with it. Probably connected to a moving bone on the top? I don't know. I'm gonna do some more digging on Google to see if I can find anything on it. Oh, we got ads. Try setting hair interpolation type to smooth transform. Let me look at that. Friggin' ads? Yeah, the friggin' ads. Hair interp. Friggin' ads. Where the hell would it hair interpolation be? It said use smooth something. It's on smooth transform. Hair interpolation type. Smooth transform. Support compute skin cache. Yeah. Probably a part of the top of the head that vibrates from a bug, and the hair was connected to it. Something like that, but like you would think it would do the same thing if it's connected to the head bone. Just working on a selling game, buoyancy and forward, left, right movement, all physics based, enter, exit, ship, etc. Good times? Hell yeah! Yeah, good old buoyancy stuff's pretty fun. Good old floating boats and shit. Hell yeah, that's pretty dope. Yeah, I've always kind of wanted to mess around with some boat mechanics. Seems fun. Okay, so that's not the issue. Let me do some more digging. Cause I would like to use binding if I can, because it'll be more accurate, but... Damn, there's like no information on it. No information on it. Sure, I guess we just mess around with some things till we get something figured out. I'm gonna turn that binding back on. See if we can mess with some settings. Oh god, what was the binding? Thinking this one. Boats and hoes? Good god, I haven't heard that in forever, dude. Yeah. I connect the binding and it comes back. So let's look at the binding asset. Number of interpolation points, groups. Stitcher King, yo, won't be able to watch first stream because at work, but hope it goes well. Good luck and see you. Hey, well, I appreciate you stopping in. You have a good day at work. Let's see. What if we create a new binding? Or rebuild. Let's create a new binding. Target skeletal mesh. See if it does the same thing on a brand spanking new binding. Right here. Prestige Worldwide? Damn, man. Step Brothers, dude. That was the movie back in the day, man. Okay. So this is our new one. Right here, right? This one? Pretty sure. Yeah, that's the one we're using right now. Let's try this new custom binding and see if we get the same thing to happen. We might just have to do what I'm doing and get rid of the binding. Oh, we're falling. Falling, we fell through the floor. Yeah. Any kind of binding causes that issue.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun on the bun.
Weird. Calruin? Did I say that right? I appreciate the follow. Welcome in. Is it doing it? Actually, is it not doing it now? No, it is. It is. So yeah, I guess we're just not using binding. Let's just get rid of the binding. We don't need it. It's causing issues. Honestly, Pad, yo, Carrie, what up? What you got going on? What you up to? It's pronounced, Kaylee Ruin? Hey, well, welcome in. What up, what up? I'm assuming you, you do some dev stuff? Shake my head, Carrie. Getting names wrong again? Dude, I butcher names. I am horrible at getting names right. Absolutely horrible at it. See, 90. 90. And now it's bugging again. What did it... Let's look at our hair. Did it add that binding here? It did. Oh, it has 2 bindings now. Let's get rid of that first one. Then try that binding again, I guess. And then, let's see. Add that custom binding. Just got out of a meeting. Now procrastinating until later. Hell yeah. What you gonna do with your procrastination time? Hell yeah. I think metahuman hairs are buggy with virtual shadow maps. I don't know if a shadow map would cause this vibrating thing, especially when we know that it's being caused by binding things, but we can test regular shadow maps and just look. I don't think that's gonna change anything though. But let's look. We change it to regular shadow maps. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, still does it. Yep, it's not a shadow map thing. I do some dev stuff. I use Godot and I do 2D games. Oh hell yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I've never messed with the Godot, but I know I've heard some good things about it. Are you working on a game at the moment? Do you have anything out there on the internet? What is the general purpose of virtual shadow maps? Is it something to increase performance? Virtual shadow maps is what you want to use if you're using Nanite. It's a Nanite thing. So if you're not using Nanite, you want to use a regular shadow map, or you can use regular shadow maps. But if you use a Nanite, you need to use virtual shadow maps. So it might even say it here. We can go over it. Does it highlight and tell us anything about it? Select primary shadow map method automatically uses shadow maps when forward shading is enabled for project as virtual shadow maps are not supported. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a binding thing. So weird. I guess we're just gonna do no binding. I mean, it's not a big deal to not use binding. That's how I'm doing it in the RPG. Although this does worry me for the RPG because I was actually going to create binding for the facial hairs to control the morph target situation.
It's gonna be fun on the bun.
3D Addict, I appreciate the follow. Welcome in. Let's just get rid of the binding. Playing some Rocket League? Oh hell, dude, I suck ass at Rocket League. Rocket League's so damn hard. I suck ass at it. I want to learn Unreal Engine, but I think it's too hard for me. Dude, no way. No way. This is the engine I learned in. If I can learn from nothing in Unreal Engine, you can do it. If you know Godot, if you're already familiar with another engine, you can learn Unreal Engine. Because I was not familiar with any engine when I started learning Unreal Engine. You can do it. You can do it. I think if you could do Godot, you should be able to do UE5. I agree. If you could do Godot, you could do UE5. For sure. Asaka Mashiro, will you make a tutorial on Nanite at some point, too? I mean, I think Nanite's pretty straightforward, right? I mean, you use it to help performance situations, but like... I don't know. What kind of things would you want to see in a Nanite tutorial? I could maybe go over some things about Nanite. Casey, sup, man? What's up, Casey? What you got going on? What up, what up? Also, hi. Hi. What up? Okay, Ruin, I'm working on a little project at the moment that is a small platformer game like Mario. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. How long have you been, doing game dev stuff? I don't know. You could do it. You could do it. You could do it. Trust me, you could do it. 3D had a hair transplant fell. Apparently, the binding that came with the hair is causing some some weird vibration issues that we're so we're just getting rid of the binding because we don't really need it. Why does this keep coming back? Go the hell away. I've set that to none multiple times and it just keeps coming back. Go away. Do I just need to delete the damn binding? Although it might not matter. I can delete the custom binding that we made. Yes, go away. Thinking about doing a platformer type game? I think you should. Platformer games are really, really good games to learn like game dev with. Oh, nice. I might download it then. Yeah, give it a shot. Give it a shot. You can do it. I recommend if you download Unreal Engine, I recommend just starting with like building environments and stuff. That way you can get familiar with, you know, the interface, like getting around the engine and stuff. And then once you feel comfortable with that, I dive into some other stuff. Finally figured out the overlay situation in a scroll box. The biggest problem is you can't set Z order. So it took some trickery. What was the workaround? Okay, so our hair is way over there right now. We gotta fix that. But hell yeah. Yeah, I think they should change some settings with the way the scroll box works. Because the way that it shifts it over is annoying. Rommel KV90, I appreciate the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in. Maybe there's more stuff to know like that. Oh, wait a minute. Well, the shadow thing you mentioned earlier was something that's probably not very common knowledge amongst people new to Unreal. Yeah, true. True. Yeah, the virtual shadow map thing. Yeah. Shit, I didn't even know that until like a month or so ago, to be honest. Around 2 months? Oh, nice. So you're pretty early in. Yeah, you could do Unreal Engine. You could do it. Just go for it. Yo, could you make some videos on how to create a hotbar? Are you talking about like quick slot type things? Are you talking about like having like little buttons at the bottom and they're all set to, like, say if you press 1, that's a certain type of attack. You press 2, that's another type of attack. Like an MMO style attack system. Mystics, yo! How's the hair problem going? I think we got it situated. I think we just got to get rid of the binding. For some reason, the binding was breaking some things. So we're just going to get rid of the binding and place our hair. For some reason, it's yelling at me now and won't move. Let me reopen this. There we go. There we go. I just got to reopen it. I think I said this already, but the first game I completed was an Endless Runner game. Yeah. Something like that would be pretty decent to learn on. I've built some little like I've built some like little platformer games before. I think like little like arcadey type games are cool to start with. Like think like mini games. Think like if you play Mario Party or something, think about like learn how to create like mini games that exist within Mario Party, because all of that stuff is going to be generally pretty easy. Something with a small tiny rule set, and yeah, like really small, like easy things that you can learn with. My idea is start a top-down platformer, then add puzzles to it, then add in the ARPG to it. Hell yeah, go for it. You can do it. You have a good chance in Unreal if you've been using Godot, especially if you want to get into Unreal Engine Blueprints. Yeah, Blueprints is actually going to be easier to learn than most other coding languages. So if you already have a coding background, then hell yeah, that's going to make it even easier for you. But if you don't, Blueprints is going to be generally easier than anything else. How I make animations for my 3D character? Any advice? Are you wanting to make animations from scratch? like that. Got the visual scripting, yeah, good old blueprints. All of this stuff. All of this stuff. This is blueprints. This is my code for sprinting. It is literally like 3 nodes. And I can go in here and walk or sprint. Yeah. Man, I'm still trying to wrap my head around all the changes inside UE5. Oh, really? I mean, it's not really that different from UE4. A big one is the enhanced input. But I think this came in 5.1 or something. Not even in 5. I forget when they added the enhanced input stuff. But it's not that different other than like nanite, lumen, stuff like that. Yeah, it's the nodes. Yeah, the nodes. All of this stuff. Have you studied IT? I haven't. I have not. I took an IT class in high school, but that was kind of like a bullshit class that I just took a nap in. You definitely try UE5 and not to advertise, but I highly suggest you check Carrie's tutorials. They've been beyond in value to me. Well, hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Where can I find those? If you type in exclamation YouTube, it should send you to a link. Oh, and then yeah, Mashiro dropped a link as well. Yeah, Keys Gaming, dude. What's up, Keys Gaming? Here, let me catch up on YouTube too. I think I missed Casey's comment. Oh, and R-Wiz. R-Wiz, yo, what's up? What's up? What you got going on? Wrap the canvas panel, then offset the top padding. And then when the overlay is open, just make everything beneath it not hit testable. And render opacity to 0. Yeah, I kind of figured an overlay would be involved with kind of getting the result of not shifting everything. Yeah, I just hadn't really like dug into it enough to like really try to find a solution for it. But that's good to know you got it fixed though. Hell yeah. Charge Dev, yo, what's up, what's up? UE5 didn't do anything major to change stuff. It's more just graphical. Yeah. As far as like the way blueprints and everything works, all of that is exactly the same. Like nothing has changed other than the enhanced input action system. This is the only thing that has changed with like putting blueprints together. Right there. Hey, I appreciate it. Used UE4 in my former studio to make Signy, and now I use UE5 for my own game, and there are things moved around sometimes cannot find. Really? Do you have an example of something that's moved? Because I started on UE4 as well. I've been using Unreal Engine since UE4. But UE5, I've been using UE5 longer than I used UE4, so it's kind of hard to remember what the hell was going on in UE4. Basically they made it so you could do mega scans with your phone instead of needing like $500,000 hardware to do them yourself. Well, I mean, they added mega scans, but you can do 3D you can do 3D scanning and multiple different kinds of software though. Then add those. Add that kind of stuff in. Digital, what's up? What you got going on? What up, what up? Not from the top of my head. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. So someone was asking about making animations. If you want to make animations, I recommend Blender because it's free. You can also make a control rig in Unreal Engine, but I would recommend using Blender because you'll have more control over how much you can smooth out your animations and stuff. Or another paid software. I mean, there's plenty of paid ones, but if you don't want to spend money, I would recommend Blender, because you can do animations in here. And if you're using the UE5 skeleton, I recommend this plugin called Mr. Mannequin. That is set to the UE4 skeleton, but you can just use a retargeter to transfer the animations from this. But yeah, you can use this guy And oh, whoops, not that. Use this guy to make animations that are already rigged to the Unreal Engine skeleton. And I think this is how I kind of learned animating, using this setup first. Yeah. Working on a theme park in a Planet Coaster. It's gonna be a mega park, super detailed. So far, I've been working on it for 5 days and stayed up all night last night and finally finished the parking lot. Just the parking lot. What? Dude, Planet Coaster was actually the first game that I bought when I got my PC. I played the hell out of it for a minute there. I love those kind of games. Not much, messing around with the flexible combat system bundle. I just got gifted. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, flexible combat system is pretty damn good. I actually look at that one a lot for reference for a lot of code stuff. I got like a few of those packs. I got the actual big pack. I got the base one, and then I got the magic pack. But I got the big pack that comes with everything. Yeah, I would definitely look at a lot of the way he does code and blueprints, because he uses a lot of the better practices for blueprints. And I look at a lot of the stuff he does for reference for a lot of the shit that I'm doing. Cascador for animation is free and have AI for helping animation. Yeah, someone was actually recommending that to me last night. I haven't used it myself, but yeah, someone was recommending that to me as well. I mean, they did change the name or view of how some maths like float, etc. Hell yeah! Here, let me catch up on YouTube here. It all shifts everything. The way around it is to give it a negative padding. I tried giving it a negative padding. I tried that. It didn't do anything for me, but maybe I needed to try something else with it. Pretty much before UE5 Mega Scans, there was not really any scanning 3D objects without expensive hardware. But now there are a lot of 3D ways to scan with your phone. I was using 3D scanning software before UE5, before Mega Scans. There was some out there. I used it. I used some back then. Like where you could scan shit with your phone and turn it into 3D assets. Which tutorials would you recommend I start with? Probably the Dark Souls series. You could try to start with that one. I would actually say if you're gonna start with something on my channel, I recommend starting on some of the stuff that I did before the Souls series. And also, I would recommend, like I was saying a minute ago, I would recommend building environments before you dive into the code. That way you get familiar with the interface. But if you go back, I had a handful of videos I did before the Souls series. The Souls series isn't going to be super beginner friendly. If you're brand spanking new to Unreal Engine, I would probably wait on the Souls series. But like I have some other things in here, like stamina system, a death system, a health system, coin pickup system. I really recommend this one. This one's a very, very basic blueprint system. A sprint system, very, very simple, straightforward. A camera scroll system. I recommend starting with these handful of videos before I would dive into the Souls series. Because the Souls series, we're doing some more complicated stuff in this. Yeah. You ever seen some of the theme parks that people put on YouTube? I don't think so. I don't think so. Check it out, thank you, hell yeah. The only major change I know is they made it so when doing a math float times float, for example, it's now wildcard. Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. So yeah. So yeah, used to you would have to it would have these like these multipliers, they were already set, but now you can kind of you could change them to be exactly what you want. Yeah, I forgot about that. They did change this too. Yeah. Maybe, but I figure he has experience in Godot, so yeah. But I personally recommend building environments first. Probably doing some environmental work before diving into blueprints to get familiar with the interface of Unreal Engine. Like, mess around with some of the modeling tools. I go to the modeling tab and just mess around with some of this stuff first. We got an ad. I'll wait. While we're waiting on the ad, is our headset? Did we fix our hair? We have not fixed our hair yet. So. Yeah. That should be about right. Alright, let me catch up here. They're the ones, those ones would be better if you, wants a few shorter things to work on. Yeah, I would recommend those first. And there's tons of other people that give tutorials on YouTube as well. I mean, there's a buttload of Unreal Engine tutorials out there. I think this would be better. I do have experience in Godot, but it's much different. Yeah, I would recommend waiting on the Soul series. That one's gonna be a little harder than the other ones. That's why I'm gonna start getting into the modeling part, learning how to make the platforms move and stuff. Oh, well, you could do that. You don't even need to do that in the modeling section. You can use they already have tools built in for that. If you go to the components, they have like rotating, right? Don't they have move? What the hell are they called? Let me make a blank blueprint class here. Rotating. Oh, not there. I need to add rotating. Yeah, they have rotating movement. They have. Yeah, they have interrupted movement. You could use all of this stuff for like moving platforms and stuff. They have stuff like that already built in. You could also do it in code, but it's unnecessary. You just add components that are already built into Unreal Engine for that. Here's what I'm working on at the moment. Let's take a look. Ooh, this looks nice. Is this like this looks like some kind of like space factory or something like that? Something like that. Hydrate? Sure. Good old water. Most people who have issues when coding never check how to fix it before asking. Yeah, I recommend diving into the forums and stuff if you run into issues. That's what I do. When I run into issues, I go basically straight to Google. Because typically, if you have the issue, someone else has had the same issue and they've gone on the internet about it. Joel takes with a color ID. Hell yeah. Good old water. Yeah, good old water. I'll use trim sheet for a texture later on. Those are tanks for my spaceship. Ah, I could kind of tell it was a spaceship kind of thing. 3D addict with the wet fart. farting up in here. Not too far away from finishing migrating all this stuff to C++ now, thankfully. Hell yeah. Yeah, you gotta let me know if that fixes the issue. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything over here. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so let's check our hair again. I think we're good. Yeah, if we get rid of the binding, it doesn't do that weird vibrating thing. No idea why the binding was causing that, but if we get rid of it, it's fine. I'm gonna do some Googling later to see what the hell is causing that with the binding. So let's export our head. We need to get this bad boy in Blender. Yeah, will do indeed. Fingers crossed it does, because I've been trying to fix this bug all day. Oh no, if it doesn't work. Yeah, that's so shitty, right? Like if you spend like a few hours trying to fix something and then you're like, all right, this has to work. And you spend a lot of time on it and then you like finally test it and it doesn't work. Man, that's a horrible feeling. A horrible feeling. It's the most annoying thing ever. Yeah, it's pretty painful. It's pretty painful. What's the bug? You're having like some stat issues, right, Lord Kenny? With your playfab thing? Try being stuck for 2 weeks? Cry softly. Yeah, hey, it happens. It happens. It definitely happens. So let's open Blender. It's related to playfab, trying to retrieve some user data, but the data keeps returning at 0 when it's not 0. Level experience, max experience, etc. Yeah. So import. Let's import some of this stuff. Let's get our body. No, not that one. Let's get our boots. Level is 1, experience is 0, and max experience is 100. But it all returns 0. Yeah, some weird, some funky shiz going on there. So for this, I think I'm just gonna unparent everything and get rid of the bones. We don't need it for this situation. Clear parent. Delete the bones. Oh, but our boots became friggin' huge when we did that. Okay, maybe we keep the bones. Fine. We'll keep the bones. Are you trying to call it? I see people working on a bug for days. One is fall damage skills. If you hit it, that bug, it's something to do with your movement, and you have to add like a node to make your movement not go into. Using built-in playfab methods in the playfab API. Yeah, I've never messed with that stuff. I don't know nothing about any of that stuff. Let's see. Let's grab our slacks. Hide the bones. Let's pull in our top. Wherever it is, right here. Cool. And let's pull in our body. And now let's pull in our face. Because when the movement hit to -3, your character stopped moving and the timer stops on the cold debuff, and one fix was to make the movement not go under 0. Yeah, just clamp it. Simple, straightforward fix. Where's our face? There we go. Okay. Let's save as... It's gonna be our jacket. .1 it is. .1 as the minimum. Clamp. Minimum value .1. Save. There we go. So let me find a reference to what we want to do for our jacket. So we decided on a cargo jacket, right? So just something like... something like this, I guess. Or something like... Let me see it. Sure. Something like this. The shitty part is the stitching. Like, it would be nice to get the stitching in, but I suck at trying to get anything like that made. Let me find a reference. Still not satisfied. Yeah, let me grab this one. I like this one. Or not. Fine. This works. Okay. So, let me pull this guy in. We'll use this guy for reference. Something like this. Best practice that if you don't want a value to go over it or under, even if you don't think it will, clamp it. Yeah, yeah, definitely need them clamps up in that bad boy. Right, back coffee time. Gotcha. Yeah, even if the game doesn't break by itself, players might find a way to do it themselves. Yeah, it's possible. People break games all the damn time. So let's see. If we're gonna do cargo, let's add us a cube. I mean, players aren't the main issue, it's hackers. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. Hackers are a thing. They can just modify the clamp. Friggin' hackers, man. Yeah, but you can't stop that. You can, but it's usually overkill. Cool. People want to exploit, they will. I used to do it a lot, and wow. Oh, so you taking advantage of some stuff like that. Hyperons, hey there. What's up, Hyperons? What you got going on? What up, what up? What it do? Make the min and max and value all replicated variables, then have them all set on the server. Hackers can't touch it. Yeah. But what if you're not doing multiplayer? But I guess you don't really got to worry about hackers at that point. But hurt the game in so many ways. I've got items that I'm not supposed to be able to have, and GMs let me keep it because I reported the bugs. What? Well, that was nice of them. Every time working on Hyperons, hell yeah. Hey, that's how you do it. That's how you get it done. That's how you get that bad boy done. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I feel like I don't know how to model anymore. It's been a minute since I've modeled. Ooh, you know what? I already fucked up. Let me delete this cube. Gave me a minute. It's been a minute since I modeled. There we go. Hell yeah. That's how you make armor in UE5. Just add a human, you wear it as armor. Yeah, this is armor. This is the perfect armor for any game. This is all you need. Why you need anything else other than this? This does everything you need it to. Actually, I'm working on spaceflight and targeting and stuff like this. Hell yeah! Yeah, I actually stopped into one of your streams very briefly the other day, and I think I saw you doing some stuff like that. Hell yeah! How is that going? Legendary cardboard box armor and the awesome stick sword. Yeah, that's all we need. That's all we need. Cardboard box and stick sword. Want to know how you make a T-pose animation in game in 5 seconds? Just set the animation PP to nothing. Perfect. Perfectly accomplished. Okay, so that's the basic shape that we need. Now we just got to do things to it to get it what we need. So. Just add some cuts in here. We don't need anything in the middle. Well. If you drop it in, say something. I'm trying to speak English. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I was just in there like real quick, like before I started my stream, like yesterday or the day before, something like that. I forget when it was. And to make your game look good, just make it pitch black, then adding it glowing balls for enemies. That's all you need. That's all you need. We don't need no fancy, smancy, high poly models. This is all you need, my dude. Trying to think of where I want to go with it. We don't need. We don't need. Let me do a cut right here. Don't need any of these. Holy Roblox! Yeah, dude, you like our jacket? It's nice, ain't it? I'm back with a cuppa? A cuppa. Did I say that right? Got the coffee. Got that caffeine going. Yeah? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, let's see. I feel like I forgot how to model. Cardboard box defense plus 3 to your armor? Nah, dude, plus 500 to your armor. It's the best armor in the game. What you talking about? There's an add-on to make clothes in Blender, same like in Marvelous Designer. I don't know the name though. Yeah, I wish I had Marvelous. You make some cool shit in Marvelous. But they make all these damn software so expensive, you can't have all of them. Think about how I need to do this. We definitely want to bring like all of this in. We have to make some more cuts later, but add-on is called Simply Close. There are probably others. Here, let's look it up. Is it a free add-on? Say a Simply Close Pro means that it costs money. Yeah, it's not free. Might have to grab it at some point though. Making clothes a lot easier. Looks like the full commercial use for goes from $36 to $63 to $300. Alright, we got ads. I'm gonna take a pee break real quick. I will be right back. Hydrate? Sure. Good old water. Hell yeah. Did the music stop? It did. So I made a new playlist for when we're working on the horror stuff. It's got nothing but horror music in it. I'm gonna add some more stuff to it too. Hype? Hell yeah. Very hype. The water is very hype. Indeed it is, and healthy. It's good for you. You need water. I have to make some cuts down here, but we'll get the basic shape going. Did you know that 90% of your body is actually made up of water? 90% is right, I think. I know like a shitload of it is water. I forget the number. Yeah, I remember hearing that somewhere. Perfect. That's all we need. Jacket done. Never mind. Oh, is the number wrong? It's 60%? That's still a lot. Still a shit ton.
Hello, motherfucker.
Mr. Tyrexus, what up? What you got going on? What up, what up? We out here working on our jacket. We also have 5% more water? Really? Why? What do we need more water for? Pretty sure we'd be like water if 90% of our body was made up of water. Yeah, we'd just be water creatures. We'd be fish at that point. Seriously? Yo, I had to prepare a few things because I have my children with me tomorrow. Hope all is well with you. Hey, well, that's awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah, everything's going good. We out here making our jacket for our boy. But hell yeah. Hi, man. Oh, that's amazing news. Yeah. We're all good here. Thanks for asking. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Pretty close. Pretty close. Getting there. Guess Mel's muscles need 5% more water? Maybe. Maybe. Been lurking here for 20 minutes, I guess. I've noticed a little bit of what you're doing. Hey, hell yeah. Yeah, we're making our jacket. Making our jacket. It's gonna be kind of tough. Getting it to look real nice. I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time on it. But we'll get it. We'll get it at least looking somewhat decent. I'm used to making medieval clothes. I've actually never made a modern set of clothes. So, it's gonna be a little different. I want to try to get the stitching and all of that in there, but I've never been good at that. Blender isn't amazing at that kind of thing. Just read about the simple cloth add-on here in chat. Quickly got a free copy of it. Simple cloth add-on? What simple cloth add-on? I might snag that too. Yeah, it could be useful. You're good. Just need a few buttons. Then your jacket is done. Well, we need to shape it out a little bit more too. Like I gotta get like the whole entire collar thing going. Right now, we don't have that going on at all. Maybe add this one, I think. Something was mentioned. Let's think about how we want to do the collar. It needs to come out right around here and fold over. How do we want to do that? Might need some more cuts somewhere. Can't see that I replied to a message. I replied to 3D Act message suggesting that Simple Cloth plugin is what they was talking about. I'm sure I saw that you were replying, but yeah. We need something. We need this guy to come out, kind of. We need some more cuts. About, yeah.
This is a reminder to save your work now, for fuck's sake.
Sure. Do a save. Something kind of like this. Oh, you farting. Lord Kenny farting. Every time I hear the fart, I think it's Rusi, because that's normally how Rusi comes in.
That's nasty.
That is nasty. Doing it again.
Eat my shorts.
Lord Kenny getting gassy. Love your cloth workflow. I never tried it with a cube. I always just selected the character's face and duplicated them. Interesting method. Oh, dude, people have suggested that for me, and I tried it once, and I hated it. I hated it. Yeah, I like doing it this way. Yeah, this way works pretty well for me. Just shape out the basic shape that you need and add the cuts where you need. And just shape it out. Gamble. Oh, you won. Actually won. It's Tamari. Hello. What's up? What you got going on? How are you? We need some cuts on this side, right there. Let me see. Weird. Atoranda Studios. Hi, what's up? What you got going on? Whoops, I didn't mean to click that. Well, what up? What up? How goes it? All good. Just working on another level in UE. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. We're working on a jacket. Trying to make a little cargo jacket. But nice. What kind of level? What kind of game are you building? And this cut needs to be more around the elbow. I finished the horror level, abandoned asylum type of thing. Now I'm working on a project with giant Tetris cubes in it. Hell yeah, that's actually what we're working on, an abandoned asylum project. That's exactly what we're working on. But hell yeah. How did that go for you? Did he steal his idea? Well, technically, I think Outlast did that idea first, right? I'm just kidding. Outlast, yeah. Been working on it for the past couple of months, on and off. Very nice. So is it like something you're releasing, or just kind of like a project you're messing around with? I can share it on Discord if you guys have one. Yeah, if you type exclamation Discord, it'll send you a link. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Carrie, did you still it's Tamari's idea? No, man. You watched. We came up with the idea on stream. It was actually inspired by Outlast. Here, let me pull up the Discord. Hell yeah. I've actually never played Outlast. We can close down Unreal Engine for now. We don't need that open. Maybe we all did steal it from it, Tamari. Maybe. I mean, that was just what was voted on. It's kind of funny that we spent like 2 days coming up with the idea and the story.
Fun on the bun.
And it ended up being like an Outlast style game. Hector, I appreciate the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in. How goes it? I must confess, but I am from the agency of copying, and I must get to the bottom of the shenanigans immediately. I mean, everyone kind of voted on the idea. This is we came up with 15 different types of horror games that we could do. And then we came up with like, what, 15 different stories that we could go with it? And it landed exactly, and we all voted on it. We all voted, and it landed on an Outlast style game. Like almost identical to Outlast too, like a reporter and shit going to an abandoned asylum. I have it on my Instagram page. I could share the link to upload it to streamables. You don't prefer a link? You can drop the link. It's fine. I think you can share it in the Discord or here. Yeah, you can just put it on the Discord or here. Doesn't matter. I did not vote on it, so everyone else gets a copyright strike. I don't... Yeah, you weren't here for it. But yeah, we spent 2 days coming up with the horror idea and the story. We did a bunch of polls of people voting on it, and this is what we landed on. I'll share it in a sec.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
It's gonna be fun on
It's
the
Tamari.
bun.
I appreciate the follow. I appreciate the follow. Mate's call, the agency of copying will settle that. Shrill Duck, prove it? Yeah, Shrill could have been lurking. Could have been putting some lurker votes in. We did have a bunch of lurkers those days not saying anything. Shrill could have been one of them. It was not me. It was the other duck. It was the other duck. Who's the other duck? Lord Kenny's agency of copying recorded your thoughts. Maybe so. Maybe so. So that's getting pretty close. Getting pretty close. Let's do another cut right in there. Pull that guy out. Hey, looks like that's it. Let's see. Let's take a peek. Oh, it's a video. Here, let me pause this music. Ooh, this looks pretty damn good, actually. I like the lighting. I like how messy it is in here. How did you do the walls? Did you do vertex painting on the walls to get the kind of all of the torn away looks to it? Looks good. Decals from Bridge? Oh, I see, I see. Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try it with some vertex painting. I think that's how I'm gonna try some things like that. That looks hella good. Hell yeah, dude. And here's the Instagram. Take a look. I don't think I'm logged in, but I'll pull it up and give it a follow after the stream. Same video here. Hell yeah, looks friggin' amazing. I dig it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Looks dope, dude. Hell yeah. Shh. Oh, he did it? Oh no, no, never. I voted on the asylum idea too. I might get fired. I actually voted on I voted on the abandoned opera house one. That one sounded really cool to me. I'm definitely putting that one in my back pocket. We might do that one after this one's done. That looks amazing. It does look really good. It does look really good. Is that something you're gonna release? Seen that somewhere before. It's all from Quixel Bridge. Pretty much all of it is free materials and props, yeah, apart from the body parts. Hell yeah, it looks good. Looks hella good. I think it turned out pretty damn good. So hell yeah. Thanks guys, hell yeah. Oh, it looks awesome though, good work. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. Now you're gonna make us have to step up our game. It's gotta look at least just as good. I gotta put in the extra effort now. Oh, we got friggin' ads. I'll wait on the ads. Actually, is that a, I think everyone here is a sub. Is that a Prime badge that you have? Is that what that badge is? So I don't know if you got hit with ads or not. So I'll wait. I'll wait. Got an ad, could you repeat that? Yeah, I'll wait on the ads to finish. Yeah. It's done now? Okay, cool. Let's see. I really like the idea of the human shadow around the edge with the red light. Yeah. Definitely creepy. Definitely creepy. Have I seen you somewhere before? No, I'm just practicing my level design, environment, art skills, but eventually I'd like to make a game with a bunch of people. Yeah, I'd like to as well. Eventually. Hopefully. Are you on the Unreal Engine official Discord? Because I'm usually there. Hell yeah. I have no ads. Very nice. Got an ad. Could you repeat that? Yeah, I was just kind of... I was trying to figure out if you had an ad or not. Yeah, it's done now? Nice. Still thinking I've seen that video somewhere else. Like, somewhere else, viewed it on their Twitch? Maybe. Wonder if you showed it on some other streamers. And I seen it there. If not, probably just another video I saw with the same asset from Quixel. Maybe. Could be. Maybe so. Here, let's do solidify. Top 0.03 maybe. Something like that. We'll just hide that for now. But hell yeah, it's looking good, dude. It's looking good. We just started on our horror game like 2 days ago, so we're freshly into it. Very, very early into building this. Follow a streamer called Kawaminis. Maybe she showed it there. I don't know. If you follow her, maybe. Lord Kenny finds his way around. I don't know. Must be another similar video with similar assets. Maybe so. Very possible. That's pretty close to what we're needing for the top part. Kind of need... it to loop up, though. Yeah, I posted my project in the Discord. Here, let's take a look. Right here. This is what I started. Hell yeah. Looks pretty damn good. That's a lot of trees. A lot of trees. Hell yeah. Lots of trees. Looking good though. Hell yeah. I'll give it a react to. And on this one. And I'll give this one a hype. Hell yeah. Dope. Yeah, everyone's project's looking pretty damn good. Did you find the shadow map thing? I've got that problem now too. Shadow map thing. What do you mean? Well, what up, Ben? What you got going on? K4arm, hey yo, what's up? What you got going on? What up? How's the performance with that amount of trees? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. 30 FPS. Fine, since it's the spawning area. Yeah, you can definitely increase the performance on that as well if you use LODs and stuff like that. from yesterday when the shadow of the mesh was bugging out on the ground? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got that fixed. I'll show you real quick. Yeah, let me open this. I'll show you what we got. We got our guy walking around with animations and stuff. And that's with epic settings on? Yeah, that's not bad with epic settings on. Yeah, you could definitely optimize those trees a little bit more too. Do you have them calling out at all? Finally was able to fix my camera issues in my stream yesterday. Thanks to some viewers. I'm so happy. Oh, nice. You stream. Here, let me give you a follow. Bam. Followed. But hell yeah. Yeah, camera issues can be annoying. Damn streamer issues. I'll show you what I got going on. Hell yeah, I'll take a peek. Moving on to the next features for the player. Yeah, we're adding a jacket. We're working on a jacket in Blender right now. Let's see what Ben's got going on. Let's take a look. Oh, you got a bunch of AIs. Oh, you got their heads exploding? Hell yeah, that's dope. What's exploding their heads? Is it just on a timer or something? Or are you shooting them somehow? Got a bunch of exploding mannequins. That's dope. That's freaking amazing. I'm clicking them? Oh, nice. When you click them, their heads chop off. That's amazing. Hell yeah, I dig it. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll show you what we got going on. We got our boy in, got our animations. We had a weird hair issue in the beginning of the stream. I got that fixed. And yeah, we're just trying to make a jacket for our boy now. Gabriel looks so beautiful. Yeah, Gabriel, he's getting there. Can't see his face though, his handsome face. There you go. Yep. We got him in. We just got to get his jacket made. My project doesn't even get 30 with epic settings on a blank project? Really? Really? Let's see what I get on epic. On a blank project, well, I mean, it's not blank. We got our metahuman in, but let's see what I get on epic. I don't ever use epic. I get about 75-ish. If I go full screen, oh wow, if I go full screen, it's below 30. Yeah, I don't ever mess with epic. Well, it popped up to about 30, 40. 45-ish. In full screen. Yeah, I don't mess with epic. My PC ain't built for that. My PC ain't even built for high, really, but there's not much going on in here, so. The trees are in 4K as well? Yeah, you could probably bump down some of the other maps on them, too, to below that. I'm clicking them. Exploding heads by thought. Hell yeah. I'm done. It's done with the Angor Dismemberate plugin. Oh, it's a plugin. Hell yeah. How you fix the shadow bug? I had to increase the bounds. So if you look, if we press F8 and click on our guy, did I turn off show bounds? Here, let me see. Let me turn that back on. Yeah, so if I go in, click on F8 so you can pop that out and click on your character. See these bound things? These are kind of controlling the shadows. So I just scaled that up in the, you know, the third person character. Click on the mesh, type in bounds. I just doubled the bound scale. Hydrate? Sure. Is that the plugin that's for $100 in the shop? I mean, in your case, it could be the hairs that get your FPS down. Yeah, in my case, definitely the MetaHuman is dropping the FPS. MetaHumans are expensive. 90? Not too bad. I get a good 80 in full screen with Epic. I have a GTX 1660. I have a GTX 1660 Super. But I also have a MetaHuman in here that's pretty damn expensive. I don't know if you have a MetaHuman in yours right now. And I also have my Sky plugin in here as well. That's also a little expensive. I have an RX 6700 XT with 12 gigabyte VRAM. That's why, yeah, that helps. 6700 has a lot of issues with the ray tracing performance from what I hear. No idea. Then I use the lower texture in the GPU driver settings, so it renders faster. Nice. Now I don't use metahumans. Yeah, metahumans are expensive. Yeah, so if I just had a base mannequin in here, it would probably be much higher on Epic. Yeah. You don't hide the hairs, your FPS should go up noticeable. Here, let's see. Let's hide our main hair and see if how much more it goes up. We still have the mustache, but it's immediately yelling at me. About the same actually. It's the head, honestly. It's the head that takes up performance. So let's hide the head. So it went up to about 50. If I set my head to be invisible, let's see what we get. Immediately yelling at me. We'll give it a second. Yeah, about the same still. I'm also streaming too, so that's also taking up some resources. And I have tabs open and shit in Google and yeah. Just pop that back down. Set that to visible. Set our hair back to visible. It's just the hand bones. Just the metahumans in general are stupid expensive. It's 10 FPS more? Yeah, it's a decent chunk more. It's a lot of triangles that meta uses. Yeah, they use a lot of triangles too, but it's definitely the bones that the metahumans have that is taking up more performance than like the triangles they have. The triangles are a part of it, but the bones is a bigger part of it. Do you show bones in command? Do I just type show bones? Is that it? That do anything? I don't see anything. I think there's more to it. They just released new drivers of ray tracing performance. Get 60 FPS and 1440p games now, like Cyberpunk. On medium settings? Hell yeah. With hairs you had 29, without you have 40, yeah. But it lowered your FPS without ray tracing by 10%. Didn't know that. Press play and do show bones. Oh, do show bones after pressing play. Show Bones? Nope. Nothing. I think something's missing there. How much RAM do you have by chance? I have 32. Not there? Where do I put it then? Same? I have 64? Yeah, I need a massive upgrade. CPU, I forget what the hell it's called. A BMH 450 something. Something like that. Let me see. Not there. You son of a bitch. This. B450MH. I have that, and then processor AMD Ryzen 5 3600, 6-core processor. Yeah. Tilde key when playing? Tilde? Show bones? Still nothing. $3,600 nice is nice. I got a 5800X. Yeah, I need a massive PC upgrade. I need my next PC. I just want to go all out with it. Yeah. Yeah, no show bones. I have Ryzen 5 2600X with 6 core, 4.2 gigahertz. 1 second, gotcha. Oh, whoops, wrong thing. The only thing I'm due for in upgrades is probably PSU and GPU. I need to upgrade everything on my PC. All of it. I can do another 5 years with my CPU and RAM. I just want to upgrade everything. Especially, I don't know, another 5 years. Another 5 years. Ain't no telling what else performance Unreal Engine's gonna be taking up. Mine works? Mine doesn't. Here, let me see. Yeah, that does nothing for me. Show bones. No bones. Nothing. Make sure you press the one that comes up the list, but nothing comes up the list. When I type in show bones, there's no list there. Show. Yeah, there's no show bones here. Yep. No show bones. I feel it,
Yeah,
Carrie.
it's gonna
Feel
be
the
fun on
pain.
the
Yeah,
bun.
dude. Yeah, it's crazy how expensive nice PCs are, man. Hopefully in 5 years it takes less. Yeah, you might actually be
This
right.
is a reminder to save
might actually
your
be
work
right about
now
that.
for fuck's sake.
It might actually be cheaper in 5 years if they get some performance things knocked down. Save? Sure. I think we're saved up there. We could save over here, though. I'm glad that works. That's mad? Yeah. That does not exist for me. What engine version are you on? Tony Daly, yo, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. What you got going on? What up, what up? I've got a question. How long you been programming? C++ for about 3 weeks. Blueprints for about 4 to 5 years. Something like that. Dinner time, be right back. Yeah, I'm about to be hopping off here in a minute as well. It's about break time. UE7? You have UE7? Good old Unreal Engine 7? You live in the future? Apparently so. I do? Damn, how's UE7? Is it pretty nice? We're learning Python. It's shitty hard, but planning to change the C# soon. After Python? Hell yeah. I've actually heard Python is pretty easy compared to some of the others. Send me the link? Yeah, let me get the link to UE7. Crashes a lot? Oh god, never mind. I don't want it. Never mind. So nothing changed in all the versions? Apparently not. Easy to some people? Yeah, I mean, programming in general is hard. What's game about? It's a horror game. This one's gonna be a horror game. We also have an RPG that we're building as well. Here, let me type in an RPG that we're building. Oh my god, I hate audio. We have this one. We also have this one. Yeah, good old Asylum. Good old Asylum horror game. We did some voting on the story and stuff the other day. So we came up with a big ass list of a bunch of different yo, it's kinda, I don't want to be rude out, but kind of snapping while you stop walking. You got transition for stop walking? I don't. Yeah, we're just starting, man. I'm 3 days into this. I just set up my animations like last night. This is a brand spanking new project. But yeah, we're doing Asylum, a horror Asylum project. And yeah, the other day we came up with a big ass list of different horror games ideas. And we all did some votes on it, and we ended up on an Asylum game. And then the day after that, we came up with a whole bunch of ideas for what we could do for the story. And yeah, we voted on that as well. Can't even run the EXE. Could be because it's not real. Might be. I've been reading something about showing the bones in UE5. The console command is now show flag.bones. Let's see. Show flag.bones. There it is. It still didn't do anything. Let me try clicking the button. Show flag.bones. It still doesn't show it. Why? What if I do it here? Show flag.bones. It still doesn't show it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're brand spanking new. You can set your BS to have weight speed. Put it to 3. It will be smoother. The weight speed I think I have at 10 right now. But let me look. So in our Ford, actually, do I have the weight speed on anything in this one? Oh, weight speed is actually at 0. Let me set that to 10 real quick. I think that's what it is by default in the mannequin. Yeah, that helps it a lot, actually. And if we do backward to forward, yeah, it snaps more. So let me go into my backward blend space. Set that to 10. Backward. Helps it a little bit. We could go into some of the blend time as well. Like on speed. Smoothing time is 0 right now. On backwards. What about on our forwards? Smoothing time is 0.2 on that one. So let's see. Backwards. Yeah, that smooths it out a lot. Yep, there we go. That's better. You happy with that one, Tony Daly? Only blueprints? Yeah, we're only doing blueprints for this. Yeah. You got tracking suit? I don't. You talking about for animations? Nah, I don't. I wish. Them damn things are expensive. This engine is perfect. I love Unreal Engine. I mean, it's not perfect, but yeah. Yeah, that's sick. So where's now Bed Monster? We don't have any monsters yet. Question, why you have two, one back and one forward? I just have one for 8 directions. It's just a trick I've picked up from watching, like looking at the way other people do it. Yeah. So I have one for forward and one for backwards, and then if you look in the animation blueprint, the way I have it set up is the anim graph going to here. I use a transition. Also, something that's pretty cool with it, if you do this, you can set the direction, basically the direction of how it transition. So something cool about doing it this way is, say if I go this way, and if I move my camera, depending on my camera position, it'll switch between these two different stances. So if I'm moving my camera left, he'll do the backwards walk, but if I move my camera right, he'll do the forward walk. Same thing this way. If I do move my camera left, he does it this way. If I move my camera right, or right, he'll do it this way. So depending on which way I move my camera, he'll change stances. Oh yeah, you got any videos on that you can send me? I need to do that. I don't have any videos. I actually just kind of copied this from another pack that I have, but I could kind of show you what the code is here. So if you want to look in the blend space, I just have on the grid divisions, I'm using 12, and then, you know, standard blend space. The forward, or this is backwards. So the backwards will be this, and then, you know, on the edges, it'll still be backwards. And then the left will be the same, and then the right will be the same how it normally is. And kind of the same thing on the forward blend space. 12 grid divisions, minimum access value of -180, maximum of 180. The middle one will be your speed forward. Left will still be backwards over here. And yeah, all of this will be pretty straightforward, kind of like how you would normally do it. You're just doing it on 2 different blend spaces. But in the animation blueprint, I'll show you what the code is for this. So the transition, we come off and go straight into forward. And the transition states, actually, let me show you the event graph first. So we have we have one for checking to see if we're accelerating. Add, my bad. Well, you can always check the YouTube too and watch back what I'm showing here, because you'll probably need to watch it back anyways, but yeah. Here. Monsters Inc. game. What's the scope so far by chance? So I can show you a little bit of the game design document here in a minute. Let me just get through kind of showing some of this. Where there's motion capture apps like Rush Motion, Rococo Video, Move AI, and a Kinect or a PlayStation Move. Yeah, I've messed with them. I prefer to just make my animations rather than use the video apps. I find those kind of hard to use. Coco Vision is good. It's for PC. Yeah, I've messed with it before. I've messed with it. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so yeah, in the event graph of the animation blueprint, we're getting a variable that checks our acceleration right here. And then we're getting our direction. We're setting our direction right here. And that's all that's different in here so far. So if you go into the anim graph and our locomotion, we have our set forward and set backwards. And these are just our blend spaces in here. And then for our transition from forward to backwards, we have this. We check to see if our direction is greater than -5 or lower than -5, and then we can enter transition. And to move from backwards to forward, we check to see if our direction is less than 90 or greater than -90, or if is falling, and then we can enter transition. Yeah. So yeah, that's all the setup is for it. So, and you get this kind of a setup depending on which way you move your camera. You'll change the stances. Yeah. And you need just cameras to make motion. Yeah, so depending on which way I move, like where I'm looking, it'll change the stances that I'm using. All I'm doing is moving my mouse left or right. I'm moving my mouse right to get this stance. If I move my mouse left, we get that stance. And same thing, if I go this way, move my mouse left, we get that direction. If I move my mouse right, we get that direction. Nice, that ALS animations too. Just the animations, yeah. I don't use ALS code. I don't like the way they have their project set up, but I snag animations from it. Yeah. But yeah, to show you kind of the scope of the game, we still got a lot of work to do in the game design document, but I can kind of show you a little bit of what we have. The title page, just kind of, you know, title stuff. Game overview, game concept. Player step into the shoes of Gabriel Wise, an intrepid investigator reporter who embarks on a journey to uncover truth behind the eerie and long abandoned St. Agnes Asylum. Rumors of unspeakable horrors and mysterious disappearances have shrouded the asylum in darkness for decades. Determined to uncover the truth, Gabriel ventures into the decaying halls of the asylum only to find himself trapped in a nightmare beyond comprehension. And yeah, and then I've got some of the a few of the objectives started, like the first 5 objectives made. So I got to work on some of those still. And story and narrative, I've got a little bit of that done, but we'll keep it kind of small. It's not gonna be massive. Someone subbed. Who subbed? Mr. Skull 500 just subbed. I appreciate the sub. Oh man, if I had camera, I would get Rococo Studio and gladly make monster animations for you. Yeah, I've messed with the Rococo. It's just, I don't know. I'd rather kind of make my animations. I got a bunch of animation packs too that are fine, but I'm fine with just making my animations. Thanks for that. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. definitely a cool little nifty setup. Nifty little setup to get these kind of back and forth directional walking things. Mr. Direxus. Hell yeah. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna call it here. I'm gonna take a break. And I'll be back on in a bit. We'll probably still be working on the jacket. But yeah. 325 to 289, 335 are motion capture suits on OptiTrack. Yeah. Yeah, not a lot, yeah, but yeah. Could be possible to get at some point. It's not high on the priority list at the moment, though. Here, let's see. Here, let's raid out to, she's Corey Bear again. She was making some cool shit. Alright, then, yeah. It's a lot when you have 0. Yeah, I have like $0, so yeah, that is a lot. A lot more than I have. Alright, so yeah, I'll be back on in a little bit. I'm gonna take a little break. We'll come back and work on probably some more jacket stuff. Try to get that set up. And hell yeah. Well, we raid? Yeah, we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid. Good evening, Jade, Ederson. Welcome. We're actually about to end, but I'll be back on in a few hours if you want to hop in then. But yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back on. I appreciate everyone for hanging out, and I'll see y'all in the next one.